Are you following Google's AI updates? Well, in this video, I'm going to be showing you all about Google AI mode and how AI is actually going to affect Google in the future. So if you don't know me, my name is Connor and I am an SEO expert, right? I've had more than 15 million people to my portfolio of websites. So later on in the video, I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about how to use AI SEO and automation to actually help you with your SEO. So if you want to use this tool, I'll leave it in the comments down below with the coupon code Connor10, CONOR10, if you want an extra 10% discount. So Google AI mode is in beta right now. So you can see here it's going to look a bit more like ChatGPT, but let's actually get into the future of SEO. So if you're not keeping up to date with SEO, your traffic will go down. So you do need to know the best strategies and how things are changing now. So this is the future of SEO in the age of AI. So most people have no idea where it's going, but let's talk a little bit about search, where search is going, content creation, how to keep up to date with content creation strategies, and AI agents for automated SEO campaigns. So in traditional SEO, we looked at keywords. So we were looking at keyword focused queries. Now coming up is more about conversational search. I don't know about you, but nowadays I'm taking out my phone and chatting with ChatGPT when I need information. So we really need to think about how that works. The second thing on our list is click-through traffic. So before we had 10 websites, 10 blue links, right? And people would click through to our websites. Now we have zero click results, right? Where the answer is already given in Google or in ChatGPT, and we really need to deal with that. So how do you deal with that? Well, you create content that is more bottom of funnel. You want to be getting the content where people are ready to buy, looking for which product to buy, and then you put your product at the top of the list. You also want to go multimodal, and what I mean by that is have text, images, and videos. So before, what worked in SEO was content volume strategy. I definitely did this myself. 5 years ago, I was publishing so much content, right? I was hiring writers. I was just publishing. And why? Because it worked, right? It doesn't work like that anymore. Now it's all about EEAT, right? Experience, expertise, trust, and authoritiveness. Because of AI now, we need to find out that the information that's being provided is actually accurate. So that's how you show that your business is actually a proper business. So it's all about being related to proving that you're an expert to Google. Google is still the biggest player. So you want to prove to Google that you are an authority in your space. Before, we would have manual optimization. That takes a lot of work, honestly. Now we have autonomous AI agents that can do our SEO optimization for us. Before, we look for backlinks. It, in my opinion, is going down in importance as AI can just, try to understand all about your website. It's not necessarily the actual link that goes to your website, but it's more about how you're being talked about online. Okay, so the first thing you really need to think about is our search behavior changes, right? So how AI is actually transforming the way people use search and information, right? So we have the zero click searches. That's 65% of mobile searches now end without website clicks, as AI provides direct answers, right? So we've all seen this now at this point, right? If you have some information, I think it's better, even as a website owner, I have tons of websites, it's actually better as a user to just get the information, right, straight away. So it's like an informational query could be what's the capital of Spain, or, how many carbohydrates are in this hamburger, or whatever the question could be, right? So this just gives you the information quickly, and that's what's called a zero-click search, because I don't need to go to a website. AI is actually answering the question for me. So next up is visual and voice search. I found that creating videos is a great way to do SEO nowadays. I'm also using voice search a lot more. I'm having a chat with ChatGPT and trying to find out more in-depth answers, right? And I think this is going to happen more and more because typing is, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort to type out everything you want. It's much easier just ask a question and get a response, right? And Google's AI mode, right? This is going to be, revolutionary. It's going to change everything, where we're always going to be using chatbots, as you might call them, right? Somewhere where you can just go back and forth to find all the information that you need. So here's more information about how to adapt, right? I'll leave these slides in the description down below if you need them. So next up is content creation evolution. So now as a content creator, right, we really should be using AI to help us, right? If you're not using AI, you're going to be too slow, right? That's just the problem. Like AI has so much knowledge about everything. So why not use it to brainstorm ideas, research information, help you with first drafts? I just don't see why you wouldn't use it to help. And I would probably imagine that 80 to 90% of content creators are using it. A little bit more difficult for video, obviously, but people are doing that too. So, like we said before, we have the end of the content volume strategy that worked so well in Google in 2019, 2020. The more you publish, then the more Google would see you as an authority because you've published 1,000 articles, right? And I did this. I published 1,000 articles and I got so much traffic. It was insane. So now we're also talking about interactivity. Like it has to be really engaging, right? The content. You have to provide original research, right? Something that hasn't been done already. Visuals, always important, and personalization, right? All these things, EEAT, right? So it's all about trying to get your website to show that you're the expert, that your product is the best. So that's super important. And depth versus breadth. Okay, so we want to do fewer topics on a specific topic than actually going, very broad. Well, that's kind of been the case for some time now already, I would say. So build media content ecosystems. That's super important that it's multimedia. There's videos and images in your content, and use AI as an assistant, not as a creator. So I use this tool. It's called Arvo. Again, I'll leave the coupon code down below if you do want to check this out. It's definitely worth checking out because you got the AI part and the automation part, right? It auto publishes to your blog, so save you a ton of time. Okay, so this is really good for creating that first draft, right? So you can see I had a query here, how to copy and paste ChatGPT without background issues. So I found that people were really looking for that. You can see the article. It's really long and in-depth. It's got images, everything that you need for SEO, right? You can also include videos from other creators and people. So there's just tons and tons of information here. And all I did was put in my keyword and got this information. So what your job then is to do is to go through, check it through. If you're an expert, as you should be, you should only be publishing content on what you're an expert about, then you know all about this topic or whatever topic it is. And then you can go through and say, okay, well, that's not true, or that's, this could be a bit better. So it's up to you to edit it and make it better. There's also an AI assistant here in this tool that you can just actually ask any questions or change anything that you want in the text. So the cool thing about this is you're adding automation, right? So you can just publish this article straight away to your website. So the next thing you need to think about are AI agents, right? They're taking over SEO tasks. You definitely want to be learning about AI agents because they can actually go out and take action, right? They can actually do things, right? So one thing I'm very focused on is the depth of the routine SEO tasks, right? Some of the things that you just do over and over again. I would say maybe this is again good to use an AI agent for the first draft of your keyword research plan, content briefs. Yeah, it's like AI is amazing at meta descriptions, technical audits. Okay, all of this can be done and automated with an AI agent. So as you can see from the chart here, it's going down from 2020. The tasks that require human oversight is 95%, and it's going down and down every single year. So your job now is to focus on strategic thinking over tactical execution, right? So you need to be thinking big picture. How can I get an AI agent to go out and do all of my work for me? So how you do this is by learning how to use the tools, right? You can use tools like Arvo or other AI agents, tools like GenSpark or Manus. So you need to build systems integrating AI tools, multiple AI tools into your workflow, right? If you need multiple tools, right, sometimes you don't need for the content creation, you can just use Arvo. That is linked down in the first comment. Just use that for your content creation and that will set you up. Just start an auto blog and boom, you can just keep using that so it publishes every day. Okay, so here are some more future predictions, right? Multimodal search dominance, right? You do need to have to create, voice, images, video inputs. All of that is like really, really important to your business, right? A personalized search engine, that could be something very interesting. If you have your own personal AI search engine that knows everything about you and it will go out and find the right product. So if you think about that, then is like, well, let's think about a product. You need to get it a little bit more specific, right? It's going to find products, like an AI note taker for teachers. So you have to niche down your product into that category. They'll know that their user is a teacher, and then they'll go out and find stuff related to being a teacher. Okay, and now we have the autonomous SEO systems, right? So it's end-to-end SEO management systems, right? So it's going to go from the whole workflow, everything is done together, right? And I think that is super important. Okay, so this is an action plan for you. Again, I'll leave this in the description for you to have a look. Okay, so this is all the impact and effort. So obviously you want to start here. Low impact, low effort, test AI content generation tools, right? I would say just skip that and just go for Arvo. It's the best AI writing tool that I've found. Update meta descriptions for voice search. You can also use Arvo to do that, and create an AI tools inventory. If you have any more questions about SEO, then comment down below AI SEO with your question. And if you don't know about Google AI mode, then I made a full video that you can watch right now.